Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. This model bowed at Baselworld 2013 amid some controversy. Now, Robert Jan Brouwer's probably done the majority of the legwork on discerning the true origin of this Tintin dial, and it is properly inspired by the Tintin comics. But the timepiece, officially known as the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch Racing Dial, is a handsome combination of the classic sporting tritone of black, white, and red, and the classical Moonwatch case and Moonwatch caliber. An easy 42 millimeters to wear on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It wears like any other Moonwatch, and it's a handsome timepiece. It is more striking, more dynamic, and a little bit more cheerful and upbeat with the splash of color lacking on the conventional Moonwatch. Neither thick nor thin, it's 14.3 millimeters in girth, and you will note that the shape of the bezel, a cantilevered tachymeter scale, is actually what will limit the watch's compatibility with a cuff. Jackets are fine, short sleeves might have a problem. 48.5 millimeters lug to lug, the watch is easy to wear across the wrist, and the timepiece with a spacing of 20 millimeters between the lugs will easily adapt to a broad range of straps, OEM and aftermarket. Nothing looks quite as natural on a NATO-style textile than an Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch. The watch is quite substantial in steel with a latest generation Omega Bracelet. You can see this is now a 3-link design that is somewhat reminiscent of Rolex's Oyster, but manages to be original enough with the oval cross-section individual links and the staggered arrangement of large, medium, and small links with a polish and satin juxtaposition. It doesn't look like Rolex's legendary 3-link bracelet, while giving you the same degree of solidity and ventilation. So cheers to Omega for doing something original and avoiding the style hegemon of the category. Now the clasp is handsome. It's basically what you'd get on an SMP 300-meter diver, albeit without the internal dive extension. You can see there are 2 different anchoring points so you can fine-tune, and then you've got quite a few individual removable links that can be taken out to size. The trigger system is a very solid one, so no friction fit, no clamshell. This one must be depressed on both sides to release. Jumping back to the watch, you can see it's a classical Moonwatch lyre-style lugs, asymmetrical case with shear guards on the crown and pusher side, and old-school pump-style pushers. There's a polished outer face to the tachymeter, and you can see the case is a combination of a narrow satin mid-case band and a polished flaring bevel at each of the 4 corners. Now the tack doesn't change. Here you can see it's calibrated to 500 units and thus suitable for gauging the speed of objects moving very, very fast. It's the dial where this watch deviates from the norm. And you can see it's a combination of white and red checkers, ostensibly to be used to read fractions of a second when gauging the progress of a racing car. Apparently there was some sort of last-minute break between Omega and the Tintin publisher, so this couldn't officially be called the Tintin watch, but folks have drawn the link between the Tintin rocket ship and this dial, and once again, I give full credit to Robert Jan Brouwer of Fratello Watches for uncovering that prior history. However, the watch, as eventually issued, is probably more appealing than what they had in mind, because the original concept was to have both the checkered ring and the picture of the rocket ship on the dial, and that would have been a little too cute by half. Now, as is, it's a rousing image with plenty of color, and I do prefer to think of it as the racing dial, as I'm more a fan of race cars than Tintin, and nothing seems a more natural match for trackside excitement than an Omega Speedmaster chronograph. There will be a Lume shot, cam lateral clutch chronograph, so very tough, Omega caliber 1861, and you can see another refinement of this model is that the lacquer of the engraving on the case back is in red rather than in black. 50 meters water resistant. Underneath all of this, the 1861 caliber based on the Lemania caliber 1873 Bausch. Manual wind, 48-hour power reserve, 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate, 18 joules. It is a very tough machine, and it's able to withstand temporary G levels of 5,000. It's capped with a Hesalite crystal, which is a thermoplastic, and you can see that's designed to prevent shattering in space. The idea being it's relatively easy to crack a Hesalite crystal, almost impossible to completely shatter it, and thus you don't have to worry about shattered glass or sapphire in a zero-gravity environment. That's why to this day you still have what is basically a plastic crystal. Now the Moonwatch is wonderfully refined. The industrial capability of Swatch Group and Lemania is such that if you didn't tell me this was a cam chronograph, I wouldn't know. The tactile sensation is superb and the watchmaking outstanding. There's a reason this old girl is still satisfying and still suitable for NASA operations, including extra-vehicular activity. But for me, trackside, Tintin or no, this is a gorgeous watch and one of my favorite Speedmaster Professionals. See it and make it yours on the watch box. Omega Speedmaster Professional. I do appreciate the fact that the seconds hand is fully loomed.